Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to learn all the important differences for second PUC and CBSE 12th, which may be asked in the board exam. First one, differentiate between ideal solution and non-ideal solution. When we talk about ideal solution, it obeys Rod's law, whereas non-ideal solution does not obey Rod's law. In this case, what happens? The force of interaction between A molecule, BB molecule, and AB molecules are same. Whereas in case of non-ideal solution, A interaction, BB interaction, AB interactions are different. So now, next, delta H mixing is 0. Means change in enthalpy for ideal solutions is 0. Neither energy is released or absorbed. Whereas in case of non-ideal solution, delta H mixing is not equal to 0. It may be positive or negative. If it is positive, it is endothermic. If it is negative, it is exothermic. Similarly, delta V mixing is 0 in case of ideal solution. Means change in volume is 0. Whereas in non-ideal solution, delta V mixing is not equal to 0. It do not form azeotrope, whereas non-ideal solution forms a azeotrope. Yes or no? Next, galvanic cell and electrolytic cell. This difference is also very important. Here, what happens in case of galvanic cell? Chemical energy is changed into electrical energy, whereas in electrolytic cell, reverse, electrical energy is changed into chemical energy. When we talk about galvanic cell, redox reaction is spontaneous, whereas in case of electrolytic cell, redox reaction is non-spontaneous. Here what happens? Electrons flow from anode to cathode, whereas in case of electrolytic cell, electrons flows from cathode to anode. Differences between order and molecularity. You can mark this as 10 star question, expected question for the board exam. Order of the reaction. It is the sum of power of the concentration of the reactants in the rate law expression. Okay. Whereas when we talk about the molecularity, it is the number of reacting species collide simultaneously to bring about a reaction is called as molecularity. So no, and it can be whole number or fraction or zero. Whereas when we talk about the molecularity, it is always a whole number. It cannot be fraction or zero. Okay. Order is what are experimentally determined, whereas molecularity is theoretically determined. Is it clear? Next, lanthanoids and actinoids. When we talk about lanthanoids, okay, here 4f orbitals are successively filled or progressively filled, whereas actinoids, 5f orbitals are progressively filled. In case of lanthanoids, they are less reactive, whereas actinoids, they are more reactive. Lanthanoids, they show maximum oxidation state of +4, whereas actinoids shows +7. Yes or no? Here what happens? Only promethium is radioactive. In case of actinoids, all are radioactive. Is it clear? Next, SN1, SN2. This is also 10 star question. You can mark expected question for the board exam. SN1, SN2. SN1 means it is a first order and unique molecular reaction. SN2, it is a second order and bimolecular reaction. SN1, the order of reactivity is what? 3 degree, greater than 2 degree, greater than 1 degree, greater than methyl halide. Whereas SN2, the order of reaction is what? Methyl halide less than 1 degree, less than 2 degree, less than 3 degree. So now, what happens? It is favored by polar solvent, whereas it is favored by non-polar solvent. Here what happens? Rate is directly proportional to the alkyl halide only, whereas the rate is directly proportional to the alkyl halide as well as nucleophile. It takes place in 2 steps. Formation of carbocations takes place. Here, there is no formation of carbocation. It takes place in single step. Single step. Next, difference is the difference between the amylose and amylopectin. It is a water soluble part. Okay, when we talk about amylose, it is a water soluble part of the starch, whereas amylopectin is what? A water insoluble part of the starch. It is a long unbranched chain polymer, whereas it is a long branched chain polymer. Okay, na? Here C1 to C4 is glycosidic linkage. Here C1 to C4 as well as C1 to C6 are glycosidic linkage. Yes or no? Last but not the least, differences between the DNA and RNA. DNA, that stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, whereas RNA stands for ribonucleic acid. DNA is a double-stranded helix. Okay, whereas RNA is what? Usually single-stranded. Here, what are the nitrogenous bases in DNA? Nitrogenous bases are adenine, thymine, guanine, and cytosine. But what happens in case of RNA? Thymine is replaced with uracil. So adenine is there, uracil is there, guanine and cytosine. Here it is a more stable, whereas RNA is what a less stable. This found mainly in nucleus. DNA is found mainly in nucleus of the cell, whereas RNA is found in the nucleus as well as cytoplasm. It has no type, whereas RNA has 3 types. I hope you understood these differences. Please practice once, like the videos, subscribe the channel, and don't forget to share with your friends. Thank you. Wish you all the best.